Good morning, it is Saturday the 5th of July, it's just coming up to 11:30. I thought it was going to be a nice little easy one today. I thought I'll come out about midday, do a little bit of Ubering, and then two bookings come in last night which were full this morning. So there was originally one which then turned into two, so I've already been out and done two Manchester airport runs. So yeah, I've just grabbed a little charge back up to top me back up at home, and I'm just about to head off now to do some Ubering. So yeah, hopefully there's an improvement on yesterday's, and I'm not battling the app again, because yeah, I'm not doing that again, and I'll end up coming back home. But let's try and stay positive. It's Saturday. Saturdays are normally always busy, so let's see what happens. So a little excuse me, little interesting one. Just on my way to pick this customer up. It's the second customer. I'm still in my first hour. I just thought I'd put this out there, see what other drivers think. So it's like a decent sized job going towards Liverpool. I accept it, and what I've done is I thought I wanted to take a screenshot, because last time I went to Liverpool I was supposed to be getting like £50 or something. I got there and then Uber shafted me by like £5 or £6, and I phoned Uber up and Uber said, well, have you got a screenshot? So I was like, right, okay. So basically now if I ever get like a decent sized job, I'll always take a screenshot of it, because I know Uber is potentially going to shaft me. So anyway, I'm navigating to it to basically take a screenshot of it, and then a message pops up saying, alright mate, is it alright if we bring bottles with us? So I don't know what people's stances are on allowing people to have a drink and stuff like that, whereas mine is, if it's like now, because we're just coming up to midday, I don't mind if they've got like a bottle, because, well, surely you shouldn't be drunk now, it's midday and you're on your way out. Now if it was midnight and you come stumbling over towards me, then that's obviously a different story. No, I wouldn't allow people to, you know, to bring a drink with them, because they're more than likely going to spill it. So then I thought, well, that's also a bit odd, because like normally people only message beforehand, either if they're being really helpful because like they live on like a new build estate, so you know they're giving you directions, or you have people who book you and then say, oh hi mate, I've got a dog, is that okay? And you're like, no, book an Uber pet, you know what I mean? So I thought, he's messaging as well, asking can you bring bottles, like what's going on there. So anyway, I clicked on his little profile to take the screenshot of the price, and then I've then looked at the Uber rated. Now the Uber rating, I'll be honest, I don't normally look at it. I normally look at the price and how long it's going to take me to complete the job, you know, because your time is kind of limited. And to be honest, I don't normally have that much bother off people, even people who have had like rubbish ratings. So I think the worst kind of ratings I've had up to now have been like, you know, 4.2 or 4.1 or something like that. This guy's got a 3.87. That's the worst I've ever seen. So it's like, I'm on my way to pick them up now. It's an XL job. They live in Skelmersdale and they're going to Liverpool. And he's messaged saying, can we bring some bottles? So, because I messaged him back saying that's okay as long as you take your rubbish with you. So I'm either going to live to regret it, or yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's yeah, if they put it this way, if this job would have come through and it was midnight, and I then just realised his rating was 3.87, and then he messaged saying can we bring some bottles, I would have cancelled it. But I'm basing it off the fact that surely they've only just started drinking, because it hasn't even turned midday yet. Who knows? So I give you a little update after I've dropped these off anyway, and yeah. So it's update time. It is 2:30, so it's been 3 hours. I've been meaning to do updates, but it's been busy, to be honest. I've just been doing lots of driving. So yeah, as soon as I set off, a couple of jobs were popping up, but they weren't the greatest. I think one was like £15 for like a half an hour job. Another one was like £12. It wanted me to run all the way to Preston. It was just really crap. So I took this little local one. It was just a Burscough to Burscough, £5.07. It was a 5-minute job going 1.1 miles. So I thought I'll take that. Because the way I seen it was, it's £5 for 5 minutes, You know, so it has the potential to still be a good hour if you take that. Now, I wouldn't have taken a £5 job for a 15 to 20 minute job, because obviously then you'd have a crap hour. So then I'd done that, and then a job popped up, which I told you about for that last little update, and that was the XL surge job. It was going from Skelmersdale to Liverpool. It was £43.25. 45-minute job going 17 miles. I probably did run about between 5 and 10 minutes because I was in Ormskirk at the time. I had to run over to Skelmersdale to pick them up, but I thought all in it was like an hour, and it was, you know, over £43. Yeah, it was alright in the end. It wasn't too bad. I thought, like I said, because the rating was like 3.7 or something, they were fine. It was just 5 of them, 4 sat in the back, 1 lad sat in the front because he was like 6'6". That was it. They just sat there and had a little chat. Nothing. I don't know, to be honest. I didn't want to turn around and say, why is your rating so crap? But yeah, they were fine. I think they had like 1 drink each. We were halfway down, and one guy was dying for a pee, so I had to pull over for him. And that was about it. I said to them, where were they off to? They were going to a rave or something. And this guy sat in the front said, I've never been to a rave in my life. He said, I don't even know what to expect at anything. So yeah, dropped them off. I was then in Liverpool city centre, and I take my hat off to anyone who drives as an Uber driver or a private hire driver in Liverpool. It's horrendous, honestly. The jobs that were coming up that it was offering me, they were shocking. I was making my way out of the town centre, so I thought I can either head towards like Southport, but then obviously you've got like, there's a lot of bypass, you know, you pass Formby, but if you don't get anything you end up in Southport then, and you've drove for like a good 45 minutes with nothing. So I thought I'll head towards St Helens, because all of St Helens was surging bright red, and I thought, you know, as you know, you drive past a lot of towns going to St Helens, so I thought I'm bound to pick something up. But all the jobs that were coming up, it was offering me, they were all back to the city centre. I got offered one. I got back to Edge Lane, and it was offering me a £3.80 job to Lime Street, and I was like, who's doing this? But the thing is, someone's done it, because the job didn't pop back up again. It's honestly, it's madness. So I just carried on driving. I ended up getting onto the 62, so I'd gone all the way down Edge Lane. I'd say probably 15 jobs come up, and every one of them was wanting me to take them back to the city centre. And the rate was just diabolical, so I left it. I thought I'll just carry on heading towards St Helens and see if anything's happening there. Got onto the East Lancs, and then I was offered a job which was St Helens, Haydock, which is like the outskirts of St Helens. It's right by the 62, into Widnes. So it was an XL. I didn't realise it was a cash job until I dropped them off. They were going to like the little ice rink there in Widnes. So I dropped him off. I was like, oh yeah, thanks for that. And he was like, how much do I owe you? And I was like, oh yeah, it's a cash job. So Uber told me to collect £29.85. I got paid £24.17. So it wasn't too bad, the commission on that one. That was obviously an XL job. It took me 22 minutes. It was a 9.8 mile job. And then just as I dropped them off, a job popped up which was in Widnes, going to Haydock Racecourse. Again, it was an XL job, £36.09. It was a 20-minute job going 15 miles. So yeah, another good job. Dropped them off at the racecourse, and then I had about 30 miles of range left. So I thought I'd go and jump on charge. So I thought I can either head down towards like where I normally go. It was like a 15-minute drive or so, and then I didn't realise that they've got them here in the Holiday Inn, which is right next to the racecourse. So I thought, oh, I'll come in here. Got in here, went inside, give them my number plate and everything, obviously, so you don't get a ticket. Come back out, and the touch screen isn't working. And I thought, oh, after I've gone through all this. So the issue I've got at the minute is I've still got my BP Pulse card with my Uber credits on it. However, they've had to issue all the Uber drivers new Pulse cards. So basically I've got 2 cards. So I've got the old card, which still has me Uber credit on, which still runs for another month, and then I've then got me new card, which is linked to the app, but obviously I get charged for that one at the moment. So normally you turn up and I'll tap me card on the machine. You then select what charger you want, and obviously it starts charging, and that comes off me free credit. But because the touchscreen wasn't working, I've had to use the app, but obviously the app means I need to pay for it. So I thought, I'm this far down the rabbit hole now, I'm here, I'm plugged in, I've been into reception and everything. I thought I couldn't be bothered unplugging, driving 15 minutes, because then I've already wasted about 10 minutes here, so then I would have wasted almost half an hour to go to the next charger to plug in where it's free. So I thought, I'm going to be charging up again later on. So yeah, basically I'll just have to bite the bullet on this one and pay for this one. I mean, you know, I've been paying anyway for the past, you know, year. It's just that for the past, well, just over 2 months, obviously it's been free with the Uber card, which is great, but obviously that's going to come to an end. So yeah, obviously this is probably going to cost me about, I don't know, 15-20 quid. You do get a slightly better rates as an Uber driver through the BP. So basically you link your Uber account to your BP account, which proves you're an Uber driver, and then instead of me paying something ridiculous now, which is like 89 pence a kilowatt, it charges me 49 pence a kilowatt. So it's still expensive, but in the rapid charger world, it's not too bad of a price, to be honest, especially during the day. 49 pence. Yeah, the only places you're going to get cheaper than that is like an off-peak tariff with like Instavolt. I think that's like 40-45 pence. That's after 8 PM. Or if you start signing up to different companies, you know, if you sign up to Tesla, but the nearest Tesla one's miles away, to get better rates. So probably in this area, within like a 15 to 20 mile range, this is probably BP Pulse linked to your Uber account is probably the cheapest EV tariff you're going to get, to be honest. Pence per kilowatt, should I say. So yeah, I'm just on charge. Like I said, I still probably had over a quarter of a tank, but I wanted to top up. It did start going a bit quiet because I dropped off at the race course. I was driving out, deciding what to do. No jobs were coming through, and then there was a couple of little portaloos they'd stuck at the end, which is good because the last time I came here, everyone all kind of masses on the front there when they're getting picked up, and everyone's just all standing there, just all peeing in the streets, peeing in the bushes, and it was disgusting, to be honest. So obviously they've got some feedback from that, so now there's like 4 portaloos, but because it was completely dead, I'm guessing it doesn't start for another couple of hours, but these lads obviously wanted to get on it a bit early. The 4 portaloos were completely empty. It looks like they've just been dropped off, completely fresh. So anyway, I nipped in there either way, and then I thought, well, I might as well come here for a charge and I'll log off. So yeah, I'm up to £108 and 58 pence. So over the 3 hours, currently on £36.19 an hour. So yeah, let's get rid of this flag. Yeah, it's been pretty decent, to be honest. And I've only done 4 trips as well. So yeah, it's been quite like long distance work I've been doing from like town to town, like XL jobs as well. So yeah, it's been alright. I did notice finally, after God knows how long, my Uber rating has finally gone back to 5-star. I honestly can't remember the last time it was on 5-star. So it's still on 498 5 stars, and there's 2 4-stars. So the one that disappeared, I think it was a 3-star or a 2-star rating. I had one of them, so that one's finally dropped off. So it's pushed my rating back to 5. Not that that really affects anything, other than I've been waiting about 4 or 5 months for that to actually happen. So yeah, I've just been scrolling through a couple of the reservation jobs whilst I was here, in case anything half decent popped up. But it's like these ones here, this pops up now. So Uber know that I'm in Haydock now. I'm at the race course, but it's offering me a reservation job in Blackpool for 3:30. Like, I couldn't even get there in half an hour, so why is it even offering me the job? And on top of that, it's £15 for a 20-minute job. So not too bad if you're in Blackpool. However, what would kill that job would be you'd have to sit there for 10 minutes beforehand, which then basically turns that into a half-an-hour job for £15 on a Saturday. So basically it's a crap job. And that's all it. So yeah, nice and cushy up to now. The hourly rate is good. considering it's the daytime. Yeah, we're going to get a charge here and then I'll crack on probably in about half an hour. So yeah, in total I probably would have stopped here for roughly an hour, but this is only a 50 kilowatt charger, so yeah, I was kind of tired. But even if I drove 15 minutes to the other one, that's only a 15 kilowatt charger as well. The only kind of rapid BP ones which go up to like 200 kilowatts is the nearest ones to me is like Manchester Airport or over in Formby. So yeah, I'll see where I'm at later. I normally end up at like the Formby charger. So yeah, that's about it, and I'll give you another update after I've done my next hour. I forgot to add to that before. I did take some screenshots of some of them bad jobs that were coming through. So it was like, that's that one from Edge Lane into Lime Street, £3.81. That was exclusive to me. I was then still in Liverpool. It offered me an XL job in Warrington. So it wanted me to drive 22 minutes or nearly 14 miles to Warrington to do a 10-minute job or 3.5 miles for £10.09. So all in, that job apparently would have took about 35 to 40 minutes, £10.09. And this is one of the things why the confirmation rating, especially mine, it just plummets, because they're the type of XL jobs that are just constantly sent to you. And then when I was in St Helens, it wanted me to go to 8 miles away or 14 minutes, heading back towards like Knowsley Way to then take them to Liverpool Central Station. So again, it was probably a 50-minute job covering about 16 miles, and it was offering me £16.70. You know, so if you're not careful looking at some of these jobs and you just say like things are going a bit slow and it just pops up £16 something, you think, oh, that's a decent job, you click on it, that's you done for an hour, and you're going to finish in the city centre, so that would be a shocking hour. Yeah, that was about it. It was just to give you a bit of an idea of like some of the shockers that come through, and like I've said time and time again for months now, it's important to cherry pick, which is pretty much what I've proven, like I said, because I've been hitting £36 an hour up to now. So yeah, hourly update, just turned 4:30, so I was on charge till 3:30, started again. I got a job which was at the hotel next to the one that I was charging up in, so didn't have to run very far to it. It was a £6.24 for an 8-minute job going 4.1 miles. I then got a Haydock, which is St Helens towards Wigan. That was £7.50, 9 minutes going 4.3 miles. I then got I was in Wigan then, or Billinge, going further into Wigan. That was an XL, £13 for a 12-minute job going 4.1 miles. I then got another XL, which was a Wigan going to Wigan train station, so like slap bang in the city centre there. That was £11.81, 13 minutes going 3.4 miles. So in that hour that I came on, in that last hour should I say, I've done 4 trips and I've done £38.55. So over the 4 hours, the hourly rating is still, I think it's slightly higher from before, it's £36.78. So yeah, still doing quite good, to be honest. I'm in Wigan now, I'm trying my best to get out of Wigan. The jobs that are coming through are just diabolical. I think I took some screenshots here. It's just offered me one over in Bolton, so it wants me to drive 20 minutes or 6.5 miles to do a 5-minute job, which is 1.5 miles. So all in 25 minutes thereabouts for a for an 8-mile job for £6.19. And then an X popped up. It wants me to drive all the way back to St Helens to go to St Helens. So all in, it's almost a half-an-hour job, which is 9 miles, and it's offering me £5.63. It then offered me another job, another XL job, back over to Bolton. So all in, it was about a half-an-hour job for what's that? About 9 miles, an XL, £6.12. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of crap that's coming through. So that's why I'm trying my best to get out of Wigan. So yeah, up to now, all going well, and I will update. So it's just turned 5:30, another hour in, and it was really crap. I was trying my best to get out of Wigan. I was ignoring all the little crappy jobs that were coming up. So basically, it took quite a while for me to get back towards like Ormskirk. But I was heading towards Ormskirk, and I then got a job which was Ormskirk back to Skelmersdale, so I almost had to like double back on myself. So I took it anyway. It was £12.17. It was a 17-minute job going 6.9 miles. So I've just dropped them off. I'm in Skelmersdale now, and that's pretty much bang on the hour. So I've done that one job. So that brings me hourly rating down, because I'm currently on £159.30 over the 5 hours. So it's now dropped from, I think it was like £36 an hour, it's now £31.86. But yeah, there was nothing that I could do, because like I said, I wanted to get out of Wigan. I was just sick of the jobs. You know, like this was like a job that had offered me before. I was nearly back in Skelmersdale, and it wanted me to do a half-an-hour job. It wants me to go all the way back to St Helens, Newtonley Willows. So all in, it was a half-an-hour job, and it was about 16 miles, £10.48. You know, I just couldn't be bothered. That's 20 minutes of that job is running all the way back to St Helens. It's crazy. It's like, you can't honestly tell me that there isn't a job closer to me than 20 minutes away. It's stupid. The app is doing it on purpose. It's making drivers run for jobs to make them feel busy. So at the end of the shift you think, oh, I haven't stopped today, whereas in reality Uber's had your pants down without you kind of not really realising, because you've been running for jobs rather than them just giving you jobs that's within, like, you know, half a mile of you or something. So yeah, bit of a crap hour, but it was to be expected, because like I said, I've jumped on the motorway, so I wasn't expecting much. It only would have been lucky if I would have dropped on a job which would have been like, you know, Wigan to Ormskirk or Wigan to Southport or something, but it's just the luck of the draw. So I'll carry on and I'll update you in a bit. So next hour in, it's 6:30, and it seems to be getting a bit slower. I got back into Ormskirk. I done an Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, £12.17. That was a, what time was that? That was 5. I know that was before, wasn't it? What was last update? 5:30. Bloody hell. Right, so I've done one job then. Sorry, so after that one, that I'd done that last update, I didn't get my next job until 6 o'clock. Done absolutely nothing. The jobs that come through were just crap. I didn't want to do. And I'd done one. I thought, because then I was pretty much in Ormskirk, it was all gridlocked as usual. I thought I'll start heading towards Southport, see if anything's happening. A job popped up which was Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, which was halfway to Southport, so I took that. So with a £1 tip, that was just shy of £8, 8-minute job going 3 miles. I've just got into Southport now. I dropped them off about 6:10, got into Southport. I've been here and basically nothing is coming up. It's just completely dead, which is really strange, to be honest. So yeah, the hourly rating's obviously dropped, so I'm currently on 167.28 over 6 hours. It's now come down to £27.88 an hour, so as you can see, I'm almost down £10 an hour up to now. So yeah, I might give it another 20-30 minutes here, see if anything's happening. If not, I'll just call it a day and go home. I'm just, honestly, I'm not one for sitting around and just hoping that something's going to come up. I can't be faffed. On top of that, my hay fever's killing me. My eyes have basically just been streaming for like the past hour or so now. That's doing me head in. On a side note, I had a couple of comments about the insurance. View that it's through the Uber app, but then Uber message you to say, oh, by the way, this has got nothing to do with us. Basically, you need to go to this like portal driver -insurance kind of thing. So you click on the link and it says like, any questions, don't come to Uber, make sure you go to them. So anyway, I went back onto the link because yesterday I got quoted and I got a text message to say, thanks for completing your quote using the Uber. Sorry, for your Uber. This makes no sense. Thanks for completing a quote for your Uber using driver insurance. To view it's like broken English. To view and purchase your quote of 1,540, click on this link. So you click on the link and it takes you back to like the quote page, and it like refreshes your quotes, so it doesn't take you to the quote that they've already given you. So I clicked on that, it refreshes the quotes, and then the quote that I'd been quoted wasn't there. So yesterday 2 quotes were coming up, this company AXA and another company. This one was 1,500 and something and the other one was 1,600 and something. So obviously I've got the text message there. So anyway, it loads back up now, and that company was gone. Only Sabre was coming up for £5,500, and I was like, well, where's the other one? It was only just giving me one option. So I pulled over, I was having a little mess around with it. So my insurance runs out on the 31st at midnight, and so I'd selected the 31st, so I thought, well, technically it runs out to the 31st at midnight, so I needed to start on the 1st of August. So I just changed that one detail to start on the 1st, so technically it was starting 1 minute later. Instead of starting at midnight, it was starting at 1 minute past midnight. So now 2 different quotes have come up. So Sabre has now dropped from £5,500 to £1,900 for the sake of 1 minute. And then that AXA has popped back up again. However, this time, whereas last night it was 1,500, it's now 2,115. So yeah, if you are using it, basically go on and have a mess around with the dates, because, well, I mean, even if you don't mess around with the dates, I've clicked on basically just go back on and look at the quote that I'd already been given, and that's now vanished. I can't get that quote to come back up again for some reason, even though they've sent me a text message to say, here's your quote. So I've tried messaging like the help, but you send them a WhatsApp or a text, it sounds very Mickey Mouse. And it says our opening hours are Monday to Friday 9 till 5. So I'll see what they say anyway on come Monday. I'll send them another WhatsApp. But yeah, have a play with them dates, because literally it's for the sake of 1 minute, it's charging me, or it's quoting me, should I say, a difference of over £3,000. It's absurd. So yeah, maybe try a couple of days before, a couple of days after. I know you're not supposed to have, it's illegal to have 2 policies out on the vehicle at once. So technically, if you started your policy 1 day before it runs out, 2, 3, 4, 5, a week, whatever, to get that best price using this, and then basically you could just cancel your other insurance. So yeah, I'll have a mess around with that when I get a chance, but yeah, I'll see what's happening. I'm still logged on now, and I've been waffling, nothing's come up. So yeah, if nothing else comes off, the next update will be, am I home with me tea? So I'll catch you in a bit. So that's me done. I hung around for about another 15 minutes or so. I think 2 jobs come through, really crap. One of them was about £6 something. It was like a 25-minute job, multi-stop around Southport. I thought, this can't be arsed. Do you want to get to the point where you're looking at the screen, at the jobs coming up, and you're thinking, I can't be bothered accepting that job. So yeah, I just thought, I'll just call it a night and come home. There was that. It was just starting to get a little bit tedious. Plus I couldn't be bothered anyway, because like I said, my eyes have been hurting for about 3 hours now driving around. They're just seeping. So I just thought, I'll come home, I've had enough. You know, I didn't want to start sitting there with a face like a smacked arse, and customers are getting in and thinking, what's up with him? So yeah, just hit it on the head there. So yeah, that's about it. I will I don't know if to come out tomorrow or Monday. I've got another 2 private jobs first thing Monday morning. But yeah, I'll try and get a bit more Ubering in somewhere, and I'll catch you on the next one.